What happens when you take 30 people, place them in a small space, and force them to survive with limited resources? Hey, sounds like high school to me. A user named WordWorks Experiment decided to find out, though not in the real world, but in Minecraft. He surrounded the area of 350 by 350 blocks with a thick wall of bedrock. Then he invited 30 random players to play there for 2 months. The players were asked not to write anything in the general chat. They played every day for 2 to 5 hours a day. There was only one rule: do not leave the walls. So, what happened after? Well, let's find out. Week 1. Clay became completely depleted in 3 days. This would be a good warning for the players if they didn't ignore it. Trees became a rare resource because you can do next to nothing without wood in Minecraft. Players united into 4 clans: the Brotherhood, the Axe, the Dwarves, and the most successful one, Merchants Guild. Week 2. Everything was going well. Players actively mined and built stuff. They mined a lot of iron, spent it on armor, and as soon as it began to run out, they immediately started saving it for buckets, iron picks, and protective doors. Then the diamond hunt began. Everyone tried to find and get as many diamonds ASAP. After all, only a diamond pickaxe can mine obsidian. Boom! The first Nether portal appeared. Resources from Nether were unlimited. Cool! Free resources! Take and use, no-brainer. But humans are greedy creatures, and the members of the Brotherhood quickly destroyed the portal and stole obsidian for their castle. Then the Merchants Guild got involved. They immediately realized the potential profit for themselves and built another portal. Then they began to take an entrance toll. Week 3. There were no flowers left, sand and glass became very rare, and the war for diamonds began. For several days, the clans raided each other's territories, and as a result, the Axe broke up, and the Brotherhood had to rebuild their destroyed city. The former members of the Axe now survived alone. The Dwarves suffered the least, just chilling out in their underground bases. The Merchants Guild suffered no damage at all. They basically won the war on just some trade agreements. However, there were 2 players who turned out to be even more cunning than the merchants. These 2 guys realized on the first day what would happen next. So they built their base on a giant dirt platform in the sky. They made it come off of a mountain, so the grass would grow on it. Then they destroyed the entire mountain and the nearby high-rises and created a water elevator that could be toggled with pistons. Let's call these guys the Griefers, although other players gave them less savory nicknames. So the Griefers immediately began to exhaust all resources on the map. They broke glass windows, stole saplings, farmed massive amounts of dirt, and were jerks in general. They basically became superior to everyone, including even the members of Merchants Guild. The merchants had to pay them taxes in the forms of useful resources until the end of the experiment. Week 4. Almost everything on the map was destroyed. There were huge pits in the ground. Water was everywhere, and most importantly, a catastrophe had happened. Dirt, depleted, completely. Well, not the dirt itself, but the good surface dirt, the one that had grass on it. So the war for the land began, like literally. While everyone was fighting, the Merchants Guild cunningly collected any spawned animals. They knew that in the future, animals wouldn't spawn anywhere without grass. The barbarians from the Brotherhood were able to steal some grass blocks and made a small patch of land where they grew all the necessary resources. They had to fight for that patch of 4 blocks. Both the castle and the city were destroyed, so they used the remaining resources to build a fortress around their beloved patch. The Griefers were just chilling. They already had their untouched green platform, but they decided to be even bigger jerks and stole everything that was left, just to make things worse for other players. Week 5. The majority of players were depressed and didn't want to play anymore. There was nothing left on the surface, so everyone dug underground, creating a bunch of narrow tunnels. The map became uninhabitable at night, so the people used the dirt left to build small houses to escape from monsters. People fought for their lives. Week 6. The experiment ended. The map was completely destroyed, scary to look at. WordWorks Experiment wrote on the forum that the results were quite interesting and perfectly showed typical human nature. Beyond the walls of Bedrock, the world of Minecraft is huge but not limitless, they wrote on the forum. If the walls were torn down one day, how would the players react? Would they try to keep the resources balanced, or would the disaster slowly recur? I think the answer is obvious. What do you think? Write your opinion in the comments and subscribe to the channel.